Hello, welcome to Machinery on the Streets of Rage.
We are playing this game. It's called Street of Rage.
Have we mentioned the rage in the streets?
Oh,
fatties!
it is better than dancing in the street. It is raging in the street.
Friend Ryan, notice name of people, buffet.
Oh, Dante. He's the name of character from Devil May Cry.
Also, the character of
This
Dante's
guy-
Inferno.
This guy's name is Buffet. He is also fat.
Alright, I'm gonna drop the accents because I actually want to ask, have you ever read Dante's Inferno?
I've never read Dante's.
Okay, drop the fucking accent.
Inferno.
Drop the fucking
No,
accent!
no, no! You beat it out of me. Please take that out of context too.
Oh god. I don't want
No, I've never read Dante's Inferno.
So it's actually nervous to read. I have read it. I was actually nervous to because it's one of those things that like, those like uppity kids always like brag about reading even though they didn't really understand it because they had to for a class.
Oh, yeah?
Because they were in like the honors classes or whatever in high
Gotcha.
school.
See, I was in the honors class, but I never had to read that.
Yeah. Well, in my school, that's what they did. So like they were like, it's so deep, and I was like, you don't actually understand what they were talking about, do you? So I was like nervous to read it. It's the same issue with what was the movie they made based on that book recently with the tiger in the boat?
Life of Pi.
Yeah, I never read that because like there was always the pretentious like honors kids that like read that shit. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I read Dante's Inferno and I fucking loved that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool. I'll admit like part of the reason I read it was because I knew it was like loose, like they used some inspiration for Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh,
Well,
Dante
yeah,
and
Dante, that's
Virgil. And it was just like, I didn't realize they were name of like famous philosophers at the time. So I kept expecting like, so when does he become a demon? But no, it's really cool. I actually did a senior lighting project on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I've heard just random things about this book, but what is it? What is it like? The deets on like what it's about?
It's literally
You can have that chicken.
oh yeah, after Mr. Ninja leaves me the fuck alone.
His name is Jay. He has a name. It's Jay.
Yeah, anyway, so Dante's Inferno is basically there's like all these circles of hell. And like they're
Oh,
reserved
yeah.
for people who like did different kind of sins.
Right, that's where all the jokes come. Like lawyers, they're in the lowest circle of hell.
Yeah. And basically it's just like
Because
a
they're
lot
terrible
of
human beings.
political commentary on the times about like who ends up in what circle of hell and like why and like
Yeah.
politicians are like really like low because
Yeah.
of like certain reasons and like it's really fascinating because like I also did a report on Dante Alighieri, I believe is how you pronounce his last name. I don't actually fucking know because it's Italian as fuck.
I think it was Alejandro.
But anyway, so like it was so controversial at the time because people didn't want to think like he said, "Oh, politicians are terrible people. Fuck this guy." He was like exiled from his like city because of this book, and like he was like ostracized and all this other stuff because people were like, "This guy's a fucking asshole. How dare he say that we're going to go to hell?" Because,
That's what happens when you have ideas. You get ostracized from society and be told you have to go live on an island.
yeah.
somewhere.
Well, I mean, like it was at a time when like religion was people's life.
Yeah.
So to be told that because of like what you do, you're going to like this deep circle of hell to have like this terrible like each circle had like different punishments that were like increasingly more like grotesque and brutal.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not something that people take too kindly.
Double elevators. There's two of them.
Oh shit. So yeah, it pissed off a lot of people. But it's really fascinating because like there's a lot of stuff in there that's pretty poignant today still, I think. And it's cool. I'm not like a huge history buff.
Yeah, I'm not.
But, like-
history's my worst subject. Always has been.
Yeah, so I'm not like a huge history buff, but to like read the ideas of people from a time is like a little different for me. Cause like that's just like to be like, oh, this battle took place at this time and all that stuff. That's never like really intrigued me.
Yeah.
Like as some people, but to like just hear the way like people thought and like things they legitimately found frightening. It's kind of cool because like this book is almost the equivalent of like a horror film for us. When you think about it like that.
Yeah.
It's like just a guy going around making pointed political observations is actually like fucking terrifying.
That was great.
What, you just hugging me?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, apparently you can move when you hold somebody.
I just learned that.
Yeah.
I want to say Darksiders was loosely based on some stuff in Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, did you know the video game Dante's Inferno had nothing to do with the book Dante's Inferno?
I vaguely remember that game. I never played it.
I remember they announced it. I was like, so what? There's a great Penny Arcade case. Literally, I think I kind of stole that joke where they're like, so what are you gonna do? Just go around making political observations about shit? Like, there's just a button. It's just like, yes, that would be a politician.
No,
poor people.
I recently picked up because I played the first Darksiders a while ago, and I picked it up again so I can actually own it on disc. Because I got it for the streaming service called OnLive, which it was a niche thing, and if you heard of it, it had really good potential. And then the CEO of the company basically like fired everyone,
as good CEOs do,
and started his own company like again to like. I don't know. The guy's a jerk. He just like ruined all those people's lives, took their jobs away, and like
they took our germs.
Your germs. And this video game streaming service, which had like a huge like potential. Like by the end, they were getting AAA titles like the same day they were coming out for like PC and PS3 and Xbox.
Yeah.
You know. And it was really cool, and I was like, finally I get to play these, because at the time all I had was a Wii and a DS. So I was like, I don't have a chance to play these, AAA titles that nobody's putting on Nintendo platforms, because nobody likes Nintendo.
Yeah.
I get to select player, Max, yes.
Or did you like run out of like
I guess I did, and I started again. So I guess we don't have a problem with it. Cool.
Okay.
I can keep playing. I like it. I'm
been
gonna punch this fat guy.
You should have been Skate to throw a random curveball.
Maybe. I could have.
Just confuse everyone.
I could have been the girl, and then there would have been some sexual tension between us.
Ryan, there's always sexual tension.
I was gonna say more than there already is now.
But yeah, that's nice about like the online thing.
Yeah. So I recently got Darksiders on PS3, so I can play it again. I'm really looking forward to it because it's one of my favorite games because it puts together like it's like if God of War and Zelda had like a beautiful, sexy baby.
Beautiful love baby.
Yeah, beautiful, sexy baby.
Yeah. But like it's interesting because like there's been a lot of like people just like who like found companies lately just straight up being like later and like because I mean it happened with Irrational Games very recently.
Yeah.
Not to date this episode or anything.
I know.
But like with Ken Levine, I always forget how to pronounce his name.
I want to say it's Levine because it's spelled the same as Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
Yeah.
But I think whenever I saw him in interviews and stuff, it's pronounced Levine, which I don't understand. Do people have the same last name but it's pronounced differently? It's weird.
English language, but yeah, no, because he fired everyone except for like 15 employees, right?
Yeah.
Because he was just like, we're gonna go back to like making different stuff because we want to be done with BioShock or whatever.
Right. Apparently 2K announced the other day they're like, we still have a lot of ideas for BioShock. They're not Ken Levine's ideas, so they probably won't be very good.
Yeah. I look for because I mean like Cliff Bleszinski did something. Well, he didn't like. He did it differently.
He just quit.
Yeah, he just quit. He didn't like disband Epic Games. Like no one can make games under my name anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm curious as to what like Ken's thought process was.
Particle.
I hope I can call him Ken. I hope we're on that level.
Listen, Ken. I'm not really happy with what you did. So.
Well, apparently some other game studios have like stepped up and started hiring some of those.
Yeah, they always do that.
They're always really great about that.
Right, because like it's you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as, man, this company is hiring these people without jobs. That's really cool. Or you can think about it as game companies or vultures picking at the dead carcass of this company.
See, the way I actually think about it is like, I think it's like almost like they want good karma. Because the gaming industry is like such a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
Because all it takes, like, you can point out, like, you can make a lot of successful games, but all it takes is one failure of a game to like destroy a company.
Right.
So like it can happen to anyone. Like they could have been in the industry for like years, and like one big flop is all it takes. Which I guess is true about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But like it's just you don't have a lot of. I used to want to be a game designer a whole lot, so I did a lot of research on it back in the day. I just like I read a lot of horror stories of people being like terrified. What a great way to end the stage.
I love it.
Just hug.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've read a lot of horror stories of people just like terrified of like their job security because there is none. Mm-hmm. Not to mention you work as like a lower peon and have to like work your way up and like you spend a lot of your life in the same position, which is kind of like what deterred me from it because I very much enjoyed the creative aspect I would love to be like, here's my input on what we should do as a game, but you can't really do that unless you form your own studio, which isn't really a viable option these days with everything.
You could just be like every indie game developer and create a studio and then make games that are 8-bit.
Right?
I mean, look, there's like so many.
Yeah.
Although I can't bash them all because I'm really looking forward to playing Shovel Knight. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's coming out next month on Wii U, and
well, I mean,
hopefully I'll be able to get it.
It just goes to show that like there's a lot of like art and simplicity, you know?
Simplicity in art.
But yeah, like just that like people can still make great things using just like stuff that might be considered outdated because. I don't know.
Jr.
I don't know if I've talked about it before.
Somehow he's the son of our bear, but they're exactly the same.
But yeah, I've talked about it before about I love listening to like Jack White talk about the creative process because the man's got it down to a science. Like he knows what works and like
a third elevator.
But yeah, he talks about how like having restrictions is actually better for creativity. Because like there's only so much you can do. You're forced to think outside the box.
Right.
Whereas like having all this freedom and all these options is almost like destructive, because then like you can get lazy. You can get complacent because you're having everything given to you.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like he'll do these great things like he'll call everyone in. Also, what? Is that that's a dude? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they were breasts for a second. It looked like She-Hulk. But like he'll call people in and be like, hey, I booked the recording studio for next week. Let's go in there and record. And he won't have actually like written anything yet. But he'll say like it forces him to start writing because he knows he has this deadline. And if he doesn't have anything ready, it's entirely on him. So he, like it forces himself into like a constant forces himself to like a constant state of like stress and like freaking out. But like it also forces him to be creative.
See, I couldn't do that. I'd put too much stress on myself. Because
See,
I have a bad habit of doing that in my life.
Yeah, see, this is why I really respect him because I'm the same way. Like, if I like don't give myself any deadlines, I don't get anything done.
Huh.
Like, it's funny because like once we actually made the decision to update to like once a day.
Oh yeah.
For the week, like it forces me to like have a deadline for myself, so I have to like really stay on top of it.
Right.
And like I don't have room to like get lazy because like I mean I don't know if I talked about it. I handle all the editing for the videos. Which on top of like working jobs and like other stuff like that, it can get easy to just be like, I'm not gonna do one today,
right?
You know, but like just having the channel already set up and like having to do stuff, it's so much better. I think for me, it can be stressful, yes, but like I prefer to be stressed and getting stuff done than like complacent.
Yeah. I just make to-do lists for myself. That's what helps me because I love like crossing things off of a list. I even like make mental lists a lot. Like, all right, just like even when like today, I've been working the light board for a show here at Virginia Tech, and well, we already talked about where we are, so it's not like this is where we are. But anyway, so today was our 10 out of 12, which if you don't know what that is, it means that we spend 10 out of 12 hours in the day.
Stop groping me.
Man, nobody's ever told me that before.
I wasn't talking about the game.
Because I've never groped anyone.
Wow.
He's big and red.
It's
the gum.
The warrior guy again.
Oh, Z Cosano. And no, but I spent 10 out of 12 hours today, like working a light board. Which, if you're like, man, that sounds impressive, it's not super impressive because I'm wearing a headset and the lighting designer is like telling me in my ear what to do. So I'm just pushing buttons for him while he's sitting in the audience. Like he's like got the computer in front of him too, so he can mess with stuff. But mostly he's just like looking on stage and being like, this light
using his eye.
This light needs to be here. So I'm gonna tell you
art.
And he just knows where every light is, no matter what. And it's really cool. Oh snap!
This is the main boss,
Mr.
by the way.
X. Mr.
Did we fight
X.
him yet? Nope.
Probably not.
I think we have to fight. I think that's Shiva or Shiva, however you want to pronounce it.
Shiva.
Even though it's a dude.
Shiva. Chris.
Oh, I always go Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Like the summon, the ice goddess or whatever.
What does it say? Oh, Shiva.
Shiva.
No, every time I hear Shiva, I think of Resident Evil 5.
Shiva is 2 E's, right?
Shiva has
spells
one.
her name?
It's just E, I think.
Okay.
Just one E, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
sure.
this is how they spell it in Final Fantasy. So I think this is Shiva.
When I think Shiva, I think the four-armed girl from Mortal Kombat. But I think it's also spelled differently.
I think that has
2 E's.
2 E's. That has the 2 E's.
Yeah. I think Sheva is the one E. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Games back before they had voice acting confused the hell out of me.
Oh, right, that's the story I was telling. Yeah, and so we get a 2-hour break in the middle of the day. Even in that 2 hours, I was like, all right, well, I gotta get food. I've got to come back to the house and make sure that I feed the cat and clean up poop.
Oh, what an epic finish.
It was. Because you knocked me down.
I hit everyone with that fire punch.
Oh, he's got a gun. That seems like cheating. It seems like cheating.
Don't worry, we've got fists of rage.
Ooh, I like it. But we're not on the streets anymore. How are we going to beat him?
Take it to the streets. Throw him out the window.
Take it to the streets.
Oh, I just took a bullet to the heart.
Oh, we both died.
I have to beat him on this one life. Otherwise, I'm going to be highly upset that I had to continue again.
I'm trying to beat up his little peon so he doesn't like... Boom, boom. Yeah, doing it. We're doing it.
When he smacks you with that gun, man, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, it kind of hurts.
It's not
It's a
fun.
big old gun. Oh, sorry.
I shout something when I do my uppercut, and I can't figure out for the life of me what the hell I say. I want it to be sure you can, but I know it's not.
It's like... It probably sort of sounds like it, but they're like, for copyright reasons, we can't use that.
Shoryuken! I used to know what that was like. I think it's like Rising Dragon Punch or something like that.
Oh,
Because when Ken does it, he creates a giant fire dragon.
gotcha.
Because they decided Ken and Ryu can't be too similar, so Ken has fire.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, fire uppercut to the face. And that's... There we good?
Did we get him? Is it dead?
Shoryuken.
Did we beat it?
Now I just want to play Street Fighter.
Did you just beat it?
I think we just beat it. Oh, there's an ending. Got one of these things is not like the other.
It's me.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going for.
Oh,
You're just
going for the
fucking
girl.
massive.
Oh.
There is actually a lot of things that weren't like the other in that.
None of them were like each other, Jordan. There was a girl, a black kid,
And then this massive
like
fucking dude.
like a white guy, just a generic white guy, and then me, who's gigantic.
Oh, I guess that's the guy we were trying to save.
We locked him. Oh, I thought that was Mr. X. We were locking him in a dungeon.
Or I have no fucking idea.
I like that idea better.
They didn't explain this plot at all. There's like,
Wait,
do you want to
this
go punch people?
This is the first game we've beaten on the show. Is it? Yes.
Hell
And we just sat down
yeah.
and beat it at one time.
Oh no, he's Skate's older brother.
Or his dad. Probably his brother.
Oh, I think it's his older brother. Somebody is somebody's brother.
Gotcha.
I think he was also a cop, maybe, with the other two.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't even know. Like, these games don't have plot. They shouldn't.
Oh, snap.
You can't get with her. She's mine.
He's got like a million abs.
Quadruple APAC.
Yeah, right. Thanks to Pochi.
Poach.
And anything. Thanks for anything.
Ancient. How big is that guy's ego? Who are you? I am ancient.
Oh, there's another ancient. Oh, that's probably the same guy.
Shout apostrophe ow.
Shout! Ow. Wouldn't the owl make more sense to have the apostrophe after it? Or the exclamation point?
Shout!
Apostrophe. It's exclamation point.
Do you ever wear a fucking shirt?
Shout. Shout.
Does your guy ever wear a shirt? Like, we're at a bus stop. It's like,
Zozo, Todo, Hassie, and Kyoten.
Kyoten.
I prefer Yuk.
You're gonna better put on a fucking
Bye, helicopter. Wait, who's even on the helicopter?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
What is the sun?
Is he flying into the sun?
That's actually Streets of Rage 3. It takes place on the sun.
These streets are so hot. I'm so angry.
Jeez, ooh.
Oh, well, that was it.
Oh,
All right.
well,
Something happening next time.
next time something will happen.
Oh, yeah.
This is supposed to be a week of Streets of Rage.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, that was only 4.
Shit, we're too good at this.
Oh, man.
First time that's ever happened.
Good thing we don't have anything planned for the last day. Wink. I winked.
Wait, do we?
You couldn't see that.
Do we?
Just end the episode and we'll figure it out.